house is haunted by something. I don't know. Spiritually, I have a hard time. But I've seen, it's kind of hard to ignore what you see. And the other part is remembering that I don't believe what I'm seeing. I believe that we are intentionally tricked. And I told him, you don't understand. It's one thing to see it. And when you've been touched by it, my workers would tell you. We had a worker, he's like, hey, can I spend the night in the chicken house? Just everybody wants to see something. And I've told him, be careful what you wish for, because you can't unsee it, and you can't undo it.
How many people reside on this land? Give us a number.
10,000.
10,000.
Oh my God.
Okay, so tell us your name.
April?
Chris,
Well, thank you for having us. We appreciate it. When did you purchase your property?
June of 2017.
What history do you have that's associated with the land? Like, what kind of history is there?
The only thing we know of is the neighbors found arrowheads. We know that there's native background here somewhere. From the library, I learned that there was railroad tracks through here in the 1700s.
We knew the gentleman died here during the fire.
Our lease reads that in 1920, a man by the name of Kaiser, him and his wife and his best friend and his wife all went in together. And this was called Kaiser Estates.
Okay.
So it was a total of 500 acres.
Yep.
Across the street and here. And there was a bunch of little shanty shacks everywhere. But this house was already built,
Okay. And what year was the house built?
1900.
do you know what year the fire was?
May of 1941.
May of 1941. Okay, thank you.
I've read that article a few times.
Okay. Let's skip to this question first. When did the activity start in your home?
Almost immediately.
Okay.
I mean, during the remodel process before we actually moved in, when we were cleaning out and trying to fix things, we were staying here like just over the weekends.
Mhm.
So we'd come on Friday evenings and we'd stay Friday night and Saturday night and then work all day.
And I believe that it was just so dark out here that I was creeped out. I hadn't really seen or experienced anything. I remember my first experience in the house.
Okay. What was your first experience?
It was November 19th and my husband had just found the neighbor deceased in his house. And we were expecting a gathering here. So there was some family and friends here. And later that night after everybody left, pots and pans started clinging together when we mentioned Monroe's name. They weren't actually moving, but they were hanging there and you could hear them. As if they were, but they weren't moving.
Okay.
But both myself, my husband, and my daughter, and my sister were all in the room just looking
Yeah.
at the pans. And then it was just a few minutes later that he said something about Monroe. And it was automatic, like 15, 20 seconds. The pans just
Clean together.
Okay. And how long was that after Monroe passed away?
It was, now he had been gone for about a week, but this was the day that he found
Oh,
him.
so this was the day that you found him. Was it before or after you found him?
It was
After.
several hours after.
Okay.
It was after they had finally got in and they had removed him,
Mhm.
and we had all came back in here and we were sitting here at the kitchen table talking.
So you're talking 9 o'clock in the mornings when you found him. It's 10 o'clock at night and everybody's gone.
And, you know, and I just, whenever we mentioned, I said, I just can't believe Monroe's gone.
Mhm.
And that's when it sounded like all the pots and pans clanged together.
Okay.
Now, my daughter had an experience before that. She's the babysitter, so she's not here right now. But she had experienced the closet door upstairs. It was funny. Every weekend that we would stay here, she's like, Dad, how's the door keep coming open? I go to sleep, it's shut. I wake up, it's open. Every day it's open. I can't stand the door being open. So, after we,
Blockaded the door with furniture.
she never had a problem again.
Yeah.
The attic didn't bother her anymore, and so she's been moved out of the house. We see her once a month, a couple times a month, whatever. When she came in the other night, and she waited for him to get home to tell him that door's open, and she knew it the minute she walked in the house.
Wow.
That the upstairs, I didn't know there was this draft pull.
Mhm.
So she knows when you open the front door, it does something to pull.
Oh, okay.
So she heard the door shut. So she knew it had already been opened because it's a latch lock that goes into the wall. So she said when something hissed at me, I just thought, well, I'm not going to tell Mom till Dad gets home. But sure enough, he went up there
It was open.
and it was open. Now the night he shut the door, he walks downstairs, and I just made him put a camera up there just to see if the door come open again. And no, the door didn't come open, but the light turned off. He don't know how to turn a light off, so apparently they did it for him.
Saving some energy.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that you had more activity increase with the renovations that you've done on the house?
It's hit and miss. It seems like it knows what we do. So
Okay.
when the trees came down, it went really hectic. There were some old dog lots here, and literally a few days after we started tearing them down, you could hear the jingle from like a tag on the dog's neck in the house.
Okay.
Like it was scurrying across the floor and just jingling away.
How many dog lots was it?
At one time, they had
46.
68 dogs and 32 cats. Their feed bill was $200 a week.
Oh my goodness.
Plus cows and
Did they
chickens.
breed the dogs, or they
Yes.
just?
They did.
Okay, so it was for breeding purposes.
So they had
And they bred different types
poodles
of
and
dogs.
beagles and
Wiener dogs.
yeah,
Okay.
they had all kinds of breeds of dogs,
Oh
and
my.
there was this whole front piece was all lots, and then there's more lots that went this way, and then where the big tree is in the backyard,
Mhm.
all the way around that big tree, there was probably a 25 or 30 sectioned out dog lots inside there,
Oh my.
all the way around it,
It's crazy.
and we bulldozed all of that down.
Do you believe this place is haunted? And why do you think it's haunted? Or activity, not so much haunted maybe, just some activity going on.
I believe the house is haunted by something. I don't know. Spiritually, I have a hard time. But I've seen, it's kind of hard to ignore what you see.
Yes, it is.
And the other part is remembering that I don't believe what I'm seeing. I believe that we are intentionally tricked.
Exactly. I see what you're saying on that. Well, tell me about your scariest moment here.
Halloween,
Halloween.
not this last year, but the year before.
So 2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I was here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was Halloween night, and we were not normally open on Sunday, but it was Halloween, so we were open on Sunday. You don't put two and two together till after. But Chris had went down to the trail. I was getting ready to take the dog out and I couldn't find the leash. I was standing where he is when I noticed the leash over here, and I came across the table and I knelt down and somebody grabbed me by the shoulder and pulled me straight up.
Oh my goodness.
And that is by far the worst thing to ever happen to me. I told my husband this today. He scared the crap out of me. And I told him, you don't understand. It's one thing to see it. And when you've been touched by it, my workers will tell you. We had a worker, he's like, hey, can I spend the night in a chicken house? Just everybody wants to see something. And I've told him, be careful what you wish for, because you can't unsee it and you can't undo it. He was grabbed a couple of years ago in the trail, and he has no desire.
Just there again.
It really kind of messes with him. He's heard things outside, parking cars, all over the property. You can't undo what you now know.
How about you? What is your scariest encounter that you've had here? Or unsettling, but wasn't scary?
I'd say probably I don't know if it was, I really wasn't scared, but it is sort of unnerving, is I've had stuff growl at me, but, you know, outside, and I've heard crazy noises, I've heard babies crying, but going into the living room, it's pitch black dark and something's hissing at you like a huge snake. Put the lights on, there's no animals, there's nothing in there. But I'd say that's probably the most unnerving thing.
So off of that, you've heard baby cries in your woods?
No, here inside the house.
Inside the house?
Sitting right here.
Oh, God.
And it sounded like a baby was crying in this room.
Both of us, that was the first time anybody in the house, my daughter, my husband, or myself, had experienced something literally together where we had been here a minute and
Everybody heard the same thing.
we were all sitting here with our grandchildren. It was like 11:30 in the morning. Camden was maybe 6 months, 8 months old, 9 months maybe. And you knew it was coming from the room behind me. And it was like a newborn. My son had to be close to a year old because this was a newborn. He couldn't even make, and you could just hear it wailing in the other room. Enough so that it's over the music, and I had to turn a speaker down, sitting on the table, so we could both make out what we were hearing.
Right.
And we couldn't help but say to Nikki, your dad and I just heard a baby crying. Like, we both heard it. It was for, and she's like, yeah, I told you, it's in the Christmas room. She's like, it's woke me up a couple times. Well, I don't know, I guess we didn't believe her.
Did you hear it yourself?
Never heard it again.
So, what surprises you the most living here?
Nothing's consistent. There is a new surprise all the time. We are not haunted at night. We are not haunted at a certain time. There's no rhyme or reason. 365 days a year, 12 to 12, something's going on, and we never know who, never know. I mean, funny as it is, the last time you guys were here, do you remember you opened the door? That was the first time we heard something speak. And then hadn't heard it again until my daughter. Now, you want to know what's ironic about that? That happened the day after I talked to you guys about coming out here today.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So it knows we're back. It knows we're coming back.
I think that there is a part of my husband and I think I speak for him when I say, in the beginning, it was a challenge. It was a challenge on our marriage. It was a challenge on so many things because the distraction was there, and fear. was there. Chris and I had to learn when these cameras went up to get over fear. Can't afford to move. We can't afford to do. This is everything that we had is put into this 42 acres.
I'm glad you just said that, because my next question was, would you sell if the activity got worse? Or would you?
We thought about, I mean, honestly, in the beginning, when the people came up and when all this stuff starts happening, like I said, it's so unpredictable, you just don't know what's going to be next. The thought does cross your mind, I just want to be in peace. I just want to sleep. But there's nothing, he said this today, for whatever reason, it's kept its distance, the Lord's protected us.
Do you
It's-
think you're meant to be here?
Absolutely.
We spent a year and a half everywhere, not just here locally, but I mean, we were an hour and a half away looking at homes. Because we were going to buy something somewhere. And, you know, it's like we never met in the middle and had what I was looking for and what she was looking for together. And, you know,
And let me tell you
this
what
sort of
happened.
just fell in our laps.
Well, first time we looked at it, I said, bulldoze that house down. No way. This place was a hoarder house. There was so many things in this house, lanterns on the wall. You couldn't see 2 feet in front of you.
There was no overhead light fixtures.
There was
No.
all lanterns on the wall that lit.
Yes.
Well, and lamps. Like
There
that
was
just
old
plugged in.
incandescent light bulbs though, not
Uh-huh.
like your LEDs, you know. And it's so dark because if you look out the windows, you're not outside. The interior of the house, you don't even know what time it is. So it's dark and it's creepy, a little unusual. So my husband found a negative, just magically appeared.
And a hymnal.
Mm-hmm. It seems that these negatives started showing up in my son's room. We built his room. We know everything that's ever been in that room. So when he started coming out with negatives, they're old pictures of this house.
And people.
Mm-hmm. And one of the pictures creeps me out really bad. It's a man sitting in our front yard. He's sitting in front of the house. And I know pictures weren't great back then, but it's his eyes. Something seems off about it. I don't like to look at the picture.
It's a negative, it's not a true picture.
Right. Like the old 35mm.
Right.
Negatives.
There's an
No,
app.
it's-
Square ones.
No, it's
Oh, it's a big.
it's this big square like a negative.
I can tell you that the only reason we knew it was this house, you can tell it's on blocks, so it looks different. But when we went through to tear the siding off, there was this old white asbestos siding. And in the picture, that's what he's sitting in front of.
Well, with Kevin, Caleb, and myself being here, what is your goal, or what are you wanting out of an investigation?
Honestly, I want somebody to see some of the things we've seen, and I would love to hear an explanation of all the things that you guys have seen in your line of work. I'm sure I could show you something you haven't.
Hey, what is up, guys? We are here at this location that we talked about probably, what,
A year.
has it been a year?
Yeah.
Jeez. Well,
In a year.
Yeah.
it's been a
It's
year.
been a long time.
Now, we have been to this location once before, me and Angela, but we didn't really get a lot of time to actually investigate it. So I told April and Chris, the ones that actually live here, that was kind enough to bring us in, and super kind people. We want to do this right for them. So we're here to respect the spirits here at their house and to respect them also.
Maybe we can get to the bottom of some of it and just answer some questions for them. So this is why we wanted to be able to break it down into more of a series, and because there's a lot, there's a lot that goes into this.
Oh yeah.
It's too much to fit all into one. So hopefully you guys can stick with us through the journey of like the story and the history of this house, because there's a lot. There's a lot. And any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll try to get the information for you.
Yeah, I know the that's the clock. But I know the house was built in 1900, and there's been several owners. It's passed. What was that?
I don't know.
You hear a woman?
Yes, it was a woman. You heard that, right? That way, right?
It was right over here.
It was in my
I heard
ear,
that
like right next to me,
Guys,
right
when
here.
You hear stuff in this house.
Hello? Is there an older woman here?
Anyways, guys, just
Sorry.
it's gonna be multi-part, so just hope you enjoy. Stick with us, and let's get started and see what we can find.
Yeah. Let's do
Big
this.
shout out to April and Chris for letting us do
Yeah,
this.
thank you guys.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate
and
it.
thank you for sharing your stories with us, because
Yeah,
it's
it's
been
so awesome.
actually the most
Amazing.
incredible stuff I've ever heard or seen or witnessed. It's just,
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
It really is. So
Yeah, some of the footage that the owners here has captured is absolutely mind blowing.
it's mind blowing to
Some
say
of the best footage
least.
I've ever seen.
Yes. And some of it we can't share because she's not ready to release it yet.
Yeah.
But she will give us some pictures, she said, and a snip maybe or two of
Yeah.
some videos. So
If you could see the amount of evidence these people have, it's amazing.
It really is.
I mean, I've never seen anything like it, and I don't know. It'd be awesome, like, for you guys to see some of them and like share them, but I don't
hopefully
think-
we'll capture
We'll
it.
wait, yes. So
Yeah,
hopefully we'll have
we're
be able to
hoping.
capture our own, but.
Okay.
All right.
Stick-
All
stick
right,
with
guys.
us.
Stay tuned.
Oh, that's your
Oh, yeah.
Stop. I'm trying to figure out how to put your light off. You got that light on, you don't need. I'm just saying nothing's on. Can you do that again, please? Can you come back in front of that music box? Cut the light on so that we can see which one the particular light over there. Yeah. Just so you can see. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know.
That's a pretty cool little device, isn't it?
Is there someone here that like to play the piano? Do you like music?
There actually used to be a piano in this house. And he said it was
It's in there.
Is it?
Yes, back that way in there.
Piano and bar too. I'm getting cold.
It's cold right here.
Right here.
it's almost there. They're coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the cool breeze coming through.
That's pretty awesome. Can you just come up to like our area and just whisper your name to us, please? Can you step back for just a moment, please? I don't know why I'm doing it.
Okay.
Can you walk away from the music box, please?
Hey, can you come in here with us?
Come in this room.
You want to come sit at the table?
Can you stop, please?
It stops for a second and it's right back on. I mean, it was sitting there for a long time. Hello?
That's crazy.
I don't know, man.
I turned it off and it stopped. So,
Okay.
I mean, I turned it back on.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We're going to do a method that it's going to allow you to speak through a device that you can talk to Caleb. It's called the ST's method.
Basically, what you'll be able to do is when you're communicating through the typical spirit box, it sounds almost like a radio, but when you're communicating through it, it'll essentially you'll start just communicating through me instead. So you'll use me as a form of a way to communicate. So whatever you say is going to come out my mouth too. Okay.
If you understand, can you make a noise for us?
I feel like they're very confused. Nothing
Yeah.
like this has ever happened to them. So
You don't have
this
to be
is
shy.
very- Yep.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's gonna be okay. It's a learning
It's like-
process. We can do it together.
We're not here to harm you anyways, so this is just our way to communicate with you, okay? Alright. Alright guys, we're going to try the Estes method, and this is the kitchen.
You gotta be plugged in.
Kitchen area. This is where a lot of the activities happen in this room. Some of the footage that she's actually shown us has been incredible, and a lot of it happened in here. So
Quite a bit of it happened in here, so it should
Yeah.
be absolutely crazy being able to see what it's like just on its own time, on its own environment.
yeah, and like she said, there's no rhyme or reason.
Why anything
You know,
happens.
why anything happens and what time or anything. It's like it just happens whenever. And this house has been passed on since 1900 through family. And I think up till about 2007 was when the last family member here passed away. So you can definitely feel the energy in this place, guys. It's starting to, I got chills right now and I have a hoodie on, so
See you guys later.
If there's any spirits in here, please, this is your time to come out and talk to us. Use that device there, and Caleb can actually hear you when you speak through that device.
They're sure to whistle. It's me.
Oh,
Oh God, that was really.
Can you tell us your name?
I have.
could you please repeat it? We didn't hear it the first time. Sorry about that. Did you used to live here? Was this your home?
Little did you know. Do you hear any jingles?
No.
There was some old dog lots here, and literally a few days after we started tearing them down, you could hear the jingle from like a tag on the dog's neck in the house.
Okay.
Like it was scurrying across the floor and just jingling away.
Can you make something jingle for us?
How old are you?
He could have been beaten.
Who?
2 whistles.
Who was beaten?
He keeps whistling.
It's weird because April and I heard whistling whenever we were walking out there.
Really?
Yeah, her and I both heard it. Are you lost?
Whoa. Okay.
Who lives here?
The little boy.
Oh my gosh.
Think it's her son?
Yeah.
What's his
You
name?
feel like you're being watched.
Yes. How many spirits are here with us right now? How many are y'all?
Someone's laughing. It's a man.
Are you the man in black?
Have you gotten any kind of image of him?
Just when I first walked up, like as soon as I came out of the car, and he was just black, completely black, suit, tall. I mean, big, but not large. Like, okay, I would put him at like 6 foot, maybe 6'2". Not a top hat because it's not super tall like Abe Lincoln's, but more like a fedora, like church hat. Bow tie maybe, but it's not even a
I'm
bow tie.
fucking
What are
done.
those little? What are those things?
Where's the names?
No,
Where's
I'm
that
gonna
thing?
show you a picture of who you're seeing.
Okay, maybe I can't see things then, because I don't know, because it's popping in my head, but those little things, what are they called? It's like a little metal plate and it has something on it, and I wear them like right around here.
Oh, yeah.
I see that too.
You talking about the Catholic?
Mm-mm.
No, like that.
West-
Cowboy tie.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
more
okay.
Western, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Western,
okay.
yeah.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Old school, like a really old school one. Like, and it was like, no, silver, that's it.
That's
It's all
crazy.
right. But he has no color, no facial expression to me other than that. Like, that's it. I just see black.
What color of hair? You see hair?
Black, everything's black.
No, there's no like distinct features of him at all. Only the silhouette of him is all I can see. But oh,
You mind if I get this on camera?
I'll actually send you pictures of it.
Okay, cool.
These are the
Yeah.
negatives we found in the house, and that autistic boy described the same thing he just did. That's why I
He
asked
had
him
no
what the
clue.
gentleman
We didn't
looked
tell him
like.
anything about this place.
No.
And well, I don't think we had the negatives, all the negatives, so you
Yeah,
didn't
'cause I don't
know
think I've
this
seen
stuff.
that.
that jacket is perfect to what I was seeing because I should have mentioned the collar because
Do you want to know what's crazy? You said the same thing that autistic boy said. He said there's someone here and he's wearing a black jacket and kind of like a top hat, but it's not really a top hat. And when you got there, I mean,
Yeah. He said it's shorter, but it's like a dress hat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a church, like a.
That's amazing.
And these were the mysterious negatives that started showing up around the house.
Look at that. I can't. I wish you guys could see. I was like, see in my head because
And
that's
then
like.
she downloaded an app to her phone to where
It
you
turns negatives into pictures.
take a picture of the negative and it draws it out.
Oh, nice.
Black and white.
With a top hat.
His wife is mine.
Whose wife?
A whistle.
Whose wife? Give me his name.
Aggressive.
Where are you coming from? What brought you here?
You are a shield. Run.
Run where?
Billy?
Who's Billy?
I lost my life.
How old were you when you lost your life?
Here.
Did you lose it here on the property?
The land.
So you lost it on the land. Are you Frank?
Hot.
Hot. He burned.
Oh no.
Hot land.
Are you Frank Richardson?
Okay, so here it is. Anyway, that's the random now. Frank Richardson, found burned to death Sunday in woodland near house. Okay, so this is the microfilm that I went and found on microfilm after Eddie told
Wow.
me. That's the original clipping.
Oh.
That was found in this house
Mm-hmm.
after she found the microfilm.
Wow. Oh yeah, it was several months later. And I mean, it was not like they put bread in there to keep the pages placed. I don't know how it stayed together, right? But
So what year was it when he died?
1941,
1941.
May of 1941.
Hmm.
Property. Lost life. Do you want to leave this land?
What happened to you, Frank? Who are we speaking with?
Yes.
So this is Frank?
A young man.
Who's the young man? Give me a name.
The police. An alcoholic.
Do you know where you're at? Do you choose to be here?
It has something going on in the back.
Is there someone standing?
There is something.
Is there someone standing at the blue light? That's where I seen something just went like smoke went right above that light.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a man in a hat that's keeping you here?
Distillery.
Wasn't a distillery, but it was a
Is it moonshine?
moonshiners.
Oh,
So it's
yeah,
kind of like
I
a
mean,
distillery.
Yeah, it really is.
Were you part of-
Oswald.
Oswald.
Kevin.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's Kevin.
Hello, that's me. What is your name? Who am I speaking with?
You can hear it.
Can hear what? How many people reside on this land? Give us a number.
10,000.
10,000.
Oh my God.
That is insane.
What is this place called?
Too many.
Too many. 10,000?
Yeah, it's too many.
That sure is a lot.
Can you come and go how you want? Is it a portal? A gateway?
Holy. Wow. I don't even know how, I don't know. Hold on. There's a woman screaming. A lot. Like a lot.
Can we help the lady? Is
She's
there
just
something?
screaming. She's screaming. She's screaming.
I got chills. Is there any way we can help you?
God-fearing.
Is there a way we can help the lady? Can you please tell us what's wrong?
There's a rock.
Did you fail?
One. Two.
Are we counting for something?
He's a shield.
It's twice with a shield. Think he's a shield?
Yeah. Alright.
What do you mean by he's a shield?
Five.
Is that how many people are in this house with us right now?
Where is April and Chris? Where are they at right now in this house? Where is their location?
I can see.
Well,
He
tell us.
surely will see you.
Okay, well, if you can see, where are they at?
Is there anyone over here near
You're right.
Is there anyone close to the stairs? Or anyone upstairs?
Come back and set off that little box that
Stop
was on
it,
the floor.
please.
Stop what? Someone bothering you?
He's gonna get mad.
Who, the guy in the hat?
Already knows.
What does he know?
Get back.
Are you wanting to leave? And he won't let you?
Freddy.
Who's Freddy?
The trailer. I don't know. Their trailer or something.
Who lives over here next door? Can you tell me the man's name that used to live there?
The man.
Oh,
Do you know the man's name that lived there?
family.
Family to who?
Did you know the lady that used to live here that passed away in 2007? What was her name?
Can I open it?
What do you want to open? Why don't you come through and touch one of our devices and make them go off so we know you're here?
Yeah, we have one right here, right in the middle of the table. So if you can set that device off.
You see that orange light? Go touch it.
He really. Hang on. Come back. There's a woman.
What's her name?
What is the lady's name?
Who's the owner of the house now?
Farmer.
Farmer. Who's the owner of the house? Tell me either his name or her name.
F-bomb.
Oh. No F-bomb. That's not his name or her name. It's not hard. Tell us who they are.
Number 1.
Can you say my name? Can you say
A
Angela?
Catholic priest.
She's got all kinds of religious stuff through here.
The next door neighbor, his name was Murphy. Do you remember him?
Monroe.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Oh.
You remember Monroe?
Sorry. Monroe.
I'd be making up names.
There's water.
What do you want from the owners here? You
Below
want
us.
What's no below us? Do you know that they see you? They see multiple spirits.
14 pound. Solid gold.
14 pounds solid gold.
Somebody trying to sell us something?
Maybe it's below.
Oh, below, yeah.
Hey,
The Mecca.
Below us.
14 pound gold.
Gold.
Do you like what Chris?
Holy sh.
Do you like what Chris and April's done to the place?
They're laughing. Really laughing. Really, really laughing. Like, diabolical.
Oh,
Not normal.
do you have an issue?
They know I'm here, though.
If you can see us, how many fingers am I holding up?
Piano. There's a piano playing. Things are getting really weird.
How many fingers am I holding up if you can see us?
Like he's looking at something. You see that? Like he moved and he like looked forward like he's looking at something. See?
Yeah.
What are you looking at? What are you trying to show Caleb?
What do you see?
Mom,
Yes.
Maybe you need to get them out.
Think so.
He's acting weird. You can't attach yourself
there's
to
a
no-
pot.
A pot?
I don't know.
A flower pot?
Listen, whoever is interacting with Caleb, you are not allowed to come with him.
Tree?
Oh, the
That
tree.
big tree back there,
Yeah.
You're not allowed to follow him or mess with his mental state from here on out. Once we disconnect, you cannot come back to him and try to talk to him unless
Piano.
he invites you.
Okay, about the tree. Did it get struck by lightning?
It just got so quiet.
Because I told him to leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I appreciate you doing that. So, how do you stop this thing?
What are you stopping it for?
I'm pulling him out.
Oh, well, just tap him. Yeah,
I don't want to scare him.
Just turn it off right there.
Hello? Did you turn that off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
You know, whenever you just said it got really quiet,
Yeah.
I was telling them that once we disconnect, they are not allowed to talk to you, speak to you, come to you about anything else.
I don't like that.
They were laughing a lot.
Bad? Was it a bad one? Oh.
What's wrong?
I don't really want to talk about it.
Look, we need to talk about it. We need
I
to
know, but it's like kind of like a lot. I don't know. I mean, it was just different. It was a lot,
Yeah.
dark, and there was a lot going on. Like, there's like a woman screaming,
Mhm.
like loud, okay? This stuff is like in my ear. Like, it's like, I don't feel like I'm here anymore, so I'm there with them,
Right.
and like, I've a lady screaming her head off, and then people like maniacally laughing. That, I mean, it's like, it's movie stuff. Real, like, that's what I just heard, but it's not movie.
Right.
And it literally sounded like, I don't even want to use the word, especially not in their house, but
Yeah,
well,
I know what you're
I mean, but you know what I'm talking about. It sounded like a table of demons playing poker together. And I felt something touch my hand, but it didn't feel in here.
Mm-hmm.
It felt I was there, and it somebody grabbed my hand and was just pulling me, and I was going so far away so fast. I had to really like ground myself. I'm like shaking right now. It was just a lot. They were yelling, like a lot of yelling and like random stuff and like conversations. I mean, it was just this whole world going on. It literally sounded like I was in a bar with like at one point. So it started freaking me out a little bit, and I wasn't getting anything that made any sense to me at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even was talking, really.
There was some
A
stuff
few
that was,
things.
Yeah, it was really pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Said, we said, you know, can you tell us anybody that live here or whatever? It's a little boy.
Little boy.
That was emotional to later. Seriously, that was freaky to listen to.
Oh, whenever you were saying property, land, hot, lost life.
I don't remember crap.
That is, to me, Frank, who passed away in the fire
Yeah.
back there. And then you said below us, 14-pound solid gold.
I don't remember. I really don't remember crap. I don't
You kept
know.
saying shield. He's a shield or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
You
means.
said that twice.
Yeah. Then you got Oswald and Billy. I don't really know. In a distillery.
Oh,
Yeah, that was.
that makes sense to the beer stuff, moonshiners, right?
Yeah. And there was moonshine and that cut off. And distillery. You know,
Sorry, that really freaked me out. I wish you could have heard that lady screaming.
I got asked over and over if there was something we could do for the lady screaming, but it would not say anything.
Shoot, there's something here that will not let her come through
You said
every
something
single
like-
time. She tried to tell me something. She said, and that's why I said, wait, because it said she said, he something, like he's, and then like it was like he's, and then it stopped, and I was like, trying to get her to like come back to me. I was trying to focus in on her, and every single time, something is shadowing her big time. Big time, and I think it's that gatekeeper.
Oh yeah.
I do. Like, that's what it seemed like, and then like, cause it's almost like it was mocking after. Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. Hearing those laughs.
If you ever feel like that, and I don't know by looking at you that you're changing that way, you need to pull yourself out.
I can't.
I mean, I don't know what's going on in there, so I don't know
I can't
to
pull
pull it
myself
out.
out though.
At one point, you looked like you were looking at something.
Yeah, like you were
Like you-
fine, and then you just went
Yeah.
kind of bent down like you were looking
I
at
see
something.
things sometimes when
Yeah,
I'm
it was
like
really
that.
weird.
I mean, I don't like see like. Okay, so I go to the darkness. I'm in the darkness, and it's darker than dark. And then I see something darker than the dark move in the dark, and then I look in that direction, and I can tap into what's in that direction basically.
Yeah.
So like the lady was in my right side, and every time I would try to go to my right side and talk to her, something else would come. And then when if you see me shaking my head, that's because I'm trying to shake them off because there's too many talking or laughing at once, and it's maniacal. It's not normal. There's just stuff like in there that I talk to that are normal.
Yeah.
Like, they sound like normal, and that was the weirdest spirit box session I've had in like ever. I've never really even heard it make those noises. Now that I'm thinking about it, like it was like skrilling in my ear. Like it would stop, no radio. It was going, ching, and then it would stop, complete dead silence. Ching.
You kept saying whistle. Like you
Yeah,
heard
and
it.
I
Yeah,
go
that's
over
like
and
2
over.
or 3
It just-
times. Yeah.
And that's what April and I heard whenever we were walking back from the chicken area down there, those chicken runs. We were cutting across the backyard, and this first building up here, that area is where we heard a whistle.
I'm just gonna turn this on. I want you to hear it if it's gonna do what it did earlier. Like it didn't sound normal for our spirit box. I'm serious. It did not sound normal.
Music box is on.
Did you hear that?
It's almost like a scream. I think.
I wasn't getting any like beats. I
Yeah.
wasn't getting any beats or radio like that. There was no song. Like. Hello? Hi.
Yes.
Is there a woman here? Do you need my help? Does he keep you stuck? Are you stuck here? Did he hurt you?
I think I heard yes, maybe.
Can you tell us your name?
We asked how many were here. It said 10,000.
Yeah.
What did you
10,000
say?
and then
Yeah.
something else said 10,000. Too many.
Yeah.
You hear that? It's a what? You hear that? It sounds like a psst.
Yeah.
Psst.
I
Yeah.
don't know what it is.
Turn around on the balcony. What? What is it?
So it sounded like turn around on the balcony.